guys, so if you're new here, my name is Kayla. Welcome to my channel. And if you're not new here, welcome to potentially a new series on my channel called Everything Canceled This Week. There's always like small controversies that happen throughout the week via Twitter and social media and kind of with brands. And I always sometimes I want to talk about them, but it's like not enough for like a full video, and then I don't get around to it because I have other stuff to plan, and then it just kind of passes me by. Well, today I was gonna film a different video, but I'm waiting for a package to get here. So I thought it would be fun to do a series called Everything Canceled This Week. I talk about things that were canceled this week and kind of my thoughts on it while I put makeup on my face. Let me know what you think down below. Give this video a like if you want to see more videos like this, because I think it's going to be fun. To anyone new, I am a liberal snowflake, so if you're expecting me to hate on cancel culture and stuff like that, I probably won't, but I do have some things that were like canceled this week that like I don't think need to be canceled, but we can talk about that when we get there. Makeup wise, all I've done so far is glue my brows down and put on eyeshadow primer. So let's put on a face while we talk shit. So the first thing, I'm just gonna leave all the makeup in the description bar down below because I physically can't multitask. Like if I start telling you what I'm using, I'll just lose all my train of thought. So the first thing that was canceled this week was our beloved Dr. Seuss. Everyone knows who Dr. Seuss is. He wrote The Cat in the Hat, he wrote Green Eggs and Ham. He's like pretty big deal. If you don't know, Dr. Seuss has been dead for a long ass fucking time, and before he died, he actually said that he didn't agree with some of the older, more racist cartoons that he drew. And so this past week or so, the Dr. Seuss Foundation, because again, he's dead, he can't make decisions because he's dead, came out and said that they were going to stop printing some of his older books that had racist depictions in them. And now these racist depictions were stereotypical depictions of Asian and Black people, I believe. I've only seen a couple of the drawings, but they looked pretty fucking racist to me. The Black ones were very like minstrel style, and the Asian ones were exaggerated features, and there were also some like racial undertones in like the words they were saying, like, so it wasn't great. And so the Dr. Seuss Foundation was like, let's stop printing these. And Republicans lost their mind because we the left canceled Dr. Seuss. But like, let's just get a few things clear here. First of all, nobody canceled Dr. Seuss. Literally nobody was coming for Dr. Seuss. Nobody cared about Dr. Seuss. It literally was a non-issue. What happened was the foundation who writes the books decided that they didn't want to print racist stuff anymore, and so they decided to stop. It's kind of like when Jenna Marbles was canceled and everyone was like, the internet canceled Jenna Marbles, and it's like, no, Jenna Marbles canceled herself and took accountability. Very different. So that happened, and again, people were mad. And I also think it's important to note that like growth is important, and like as a society we should be accepting that people get to change and like make decisions about their own content. Again, Dr. Seuss himself said that he didn't agree with the things he had printed and drawn in the past. So I don't know why we think that we have the right to, and by we I mean the right, why the right thinks they have the right to dictate what he can and cannot print. And also keep in mind that like these are books that like literally aren't even popular. Like you can still have Green Eggs and Ham, you can still have Horton Hears a Who, you can still have The Cat in the Hat. So like, why are, like literally you're just mad to be mad. And like, I do not have the energy for it because I mean, first of all, I don't care, like, I guess like I like Dr. Seuss, but like, I don't care enough to like throw a fit about it, you know? It just feels like a lot of work. For like what? For what? For an old man. And like, honestly, like no one is surprised Dr. Seuss was racist. He was like writing stuff in like the 20s and the 40s or wherever, like when it was just like casual to be racist. So like no one's like holding it against him. Like obviously not ideal, but like also, again, growth. So Dr. Seuss wasn't canceled is basically the moral of the story. His family or foundation, whoever's running it, just decided to like stop printing racist stuff. And like, I'm here for it. Good for you guys. And I guess while we're on the topic of children's things, let's talk about our boy, Mr. Potato Head. So again, I think a main issue with our society in general is that we are headline readers. People will read a headline and then make an opinion based off that headline, even though that headline is probably not accurate. I'm sure that's what happened with Dr. Seuss. I mean, there are people who posted that Dr. Seuss was canceled and they know he wasn't canceled and they're just trying to rile people up. Hi, Ben Shapiro. But there are also people who just see that and they go, oh, okay, well, this person said this person was canceled, so it must be true. Which isn't what happened. Same thing kind of happened with our boy, Mr. Potato Head. So Mr. Potato Head, the brand, which is, I believe, owned by Hasbro, basically came out and said that they were renaming the brand to just Potato Head. And so a lot of people were like, wow, they're taking away Mr. Potato Head's gender, which literally isn't what's happening. What's happening is Mr. Potato Head is a toy, and they had also called the brand Mr. Potato Head because in the beginning he was it. It was just Mr. Potato Head. But since then they have, you know, Mrs. Potato Head, there's like Baby Potato Head. And basically what they're doing is they're coming out with a build your own potato head family line. So like a box with 2 baby potatoes and 2 adult potatoes, and then you can make them whatever you want. So the kids do have 2 moms or 2 dads can make that, etc., etc. Or like if you had mom and a dad, and like then you can change the gender of both of the babies, because like, I don't know if you know this or not, but potatoes don't have genders. Just putting it out there. And also by you saying that because Mr. Potato Head, I saw this tweet where this girl was like, so you agree that because Mr. Potato Head identifies as a man and presents as a man, that he's a man? So he chose his own gender, he gets to choose his own gender? And the right was not having it. But regardless of the hilarity of Twitter, no one's changing Mr. Potato Head's gender. You will still be able to buy the Mr. Potato Head doll. They're just rebranding the brand because they no longer only sell male potatoes. The fact that I have to sit here and talk to you guys about the gender of a potato is just truly a wild, wild ride. So yes, Mr. Potato Head is not canceled. He will still be alive and well and in Disney movies, I'm sure, but he's no longer the brand name. Share the spotlight, Mr. Potato Head. Damn. So yeah, basically a lot of people read that and like instead of actually, again, looking at the statement that was put out by Hasbro, honestly, part of it is like, I think it was like AP News tweeted it out and they just said that Mr. Potato Head's being renamed to Potato Head and they didn't specify that it was the brand, not the potato. And also I think it's interesting to talk about the fact that a lot of people say like, oh, the left is canceling Mr. Potato Head and Dr. Seuss. And like, the left isn't canceling anybody. Let me be clear. Nobody gave a fuck about Mr. Potato Head. Nobody cared about his gender, okay? Nobody cared. But what this is capitalism. That thing you guys all love so much. This is capitalism. This is a brand cares about nothing except for making a profit. So they changed the gender changed the gendered name of their brand, and Dr. Seuss got rid of the racial books because that's what general society wants. That's what will make them the most money. I'm sure they weren't selling a whole lot of those books that they were printing with Dr. Seuss anyways, because who is reading anything other than The Cat in the Hat and Grey Eggs and Ham? Literally nobody. So everyone needs to calm down. No one is canceling anybody. Brands are just moving with the times and you don't like it. And I truly can't help you with that. I also want to talk briefly about A trans activist posted a post that Demi Lovato reshared, which is why it got so much traction, that gender reveal parties are transphobic. And now, I am a cis woman, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. However, I did see Kat Black post about this, who was a trans woman, and she kind of was on the same fence of me, as that, like, I don't have an issue with gender reveal parties. I mean, I don't like gender reveal parties. I think they're fucking stupid, but like, in terms of thinking that they're like the be all and end all, I do think they should be like, because realistically they're not gender reveal parties, they're sex reveal parties, which I think is fine. So the post basically said that gender reveal parties are transphobic because you're celebrating the gender, whereas your baby you don't know their gender, you know their sex, which I totally agree with, and I agree the whole idea of forcing gender norms onto children is fucked up. But I also think that like there is nothing inherently harmful in like announcing the sex of your baby. I think it should be called a sex party, but that's weird. Instead of a gender reveal party, because that's what it is. It's about the sex of the baby as opposed to the gender. Because like, here's the thing. Odds are the baby will be a cisgender baby. There are, I believe I Googled, and trans people make up about 6% of the population, which I believe is probably a higher number because some haven't come forward yet or realized that they were trans or are out about it. But even if it was 10%, 90% of those babies are going to be cis babies. And I think it's fine I mean, like, you kind of have to assume when they're born they'll be one or another. And like, again, I don't believe you should force gender norms onto them, but they have one genitalia or another. And I think that it's okay to have this party as long as you understand and you don't get so invested in the idea of this gender that you force that onto your baby and that you won't be okay with them coming out as trans. Like, if you're gonna have a gender reveal party, as long as you will also have a party when they come out as trans, if they come out as trans, then do you, I don't fucking care. But again, that's just a cis girl's opinion. I just think that like, sometimes I think that if we like crucify certain aspects of society as being transphobic, like for instance, gender reveal parties are transphobic, I think it can kind of undermine and kind of make real transphobia like to the wayside. Like, people, it just makes it easy for general society or people who are transphobic to be like, wow, look how fucking stupid you guys are. You think this is transphobic when it's not. When there are so many transphobic things in our society, and I just don't think gender reveal parties are like the hill to die on. I can understand that they're a little bit problematic, but I mean, I think throwing like 75 parties for your baby is a little bit problematic, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I would love to hear from people of different perspectives, maybe some trans people in the comments, because again, like, I'm cis, so if a bunch of trans people tell me they think it's transphobic, I will listen, but I mean, I don't know. I just like feel like it's a weird hill. Like, sometimes I'm just like, is that the hill you're gonna die on? It's just like, don't we have bigger problems in the world? And I know like the small things add up to the transphobia, but I just think that there's other small transphobic things, like not letting boys play with Barbies and not letting girls play with trucks, that are like more impactful than a gender reveal party before this thing is even born. Yeah, I called it a thing. Don't fight me. Okay, just put on mascara and my brows off camera because like I can't talk and do it at the same time. If you want to see this really, really fluffy brow routine, I will link it down below. I did just upload that last week. So next we have to talk about my boy Eminem. So if you didn't see, the Gen Z found Eminem on TikTok. Well, they didn't find Eminem on TikTok, but they found some old Eminem lyrics, not even that old, and decided he needs to be canceled. Anyone, again, that grew up in the 90s knows that the world has tried to cancel Eminem many, many times. And what's funny to me is that the song that they found that they're trying to cancel Eminem with is actually Love the Way You Lie with Rihanna. And it's the line, if you ever try to leave this house again, I'm gonna tie you to the bed and set this house on fire, or something like that. If you ever try to leave again, I'm trying to tie you to this bed and set the house on fire. And they were like, wow, this is so problematic. Why isn't he canceled? And like, guys, did you listen to the song and to part 2? Like, the whole purpose of the song is to quite literally highlight like domestic violence and toxic relationships. That's the point of the video. That's the video. That's the point of the song, is to highlight that this is not okay. This is not an okay relationship. So I don't know what to tell you. Also, I need to tell you that you should listen to Kim or 97 Bonnie and Clyde or any Eminem song from the early 2000s or the 90s. Did he come out in the 90s or the early 2000s? I think it was early 2000s, but still. Please do not listen to any song from them because your head will explode. Listen, Eminem was a shock rapper. That was his deal. I'm as feminist as they come, and I know every fucking word to Kim, and I know that the song's slightly problematic, but I also know it's a bop. So that's where I stand on that. It's just funny to me that it was Love the Way You Lie of all songs that they discovered, and when the purpose of that song is to highlight toxic relationships and like to demonstrate how toxic it was. I cannot. Okay, I do have to talk about this because Mandy MUA told me this is a dupe for the Amrezy blush from Anastasia. This is the Revlon Skin Lights in the shade, I don't know. It just says, oh, Daybreak Glimmer. And like, honestly, it's a pretty gold, like it looks gold in the pan, but like it's pretty like much like a white gold on the skin. Okay, anyways. Next we're on to Burger King. I actually didn't look into this. I saw the tweet. Yesterday was International Women's Day, so I saw the tweet. My husband told it to me and I was like, well, that's fucked up. But then I never looked into it and I didn't see any outrage about it on my page or like on Twitter. So I was like, whatever, moving on with my life. And then my best friend messaged me and was like, what do you think about this Burger King thing? Because she knows I'm a crazier feminist than she is. And I said, you know, I think someone on their team should have told them it was fucking stupid. That's what I think about it. I'm not like mad like we should cancel Burger King. I just like want to know how many men sat around a fucking boardroom table and thought that International Women's Day was the best time for them to tweet that women belong in the kitchen. I just would love to know the demographics of that meeting. Like, it would really, really help. So if you don't know, yesterday was International Women's Day. Burger King tweeted, women belong in the kitchen. That was the whole tweet. And then under that, there was a second tweet that said something like, women are underrepresented. And then it was like, if they want to be, of course. Women are underrepresented in like sous chef positions and like even further so in chef positions. And so we're doing a scholarship. And it's like, okay, I understand outrage marketing, like I can conceptually get it, but like I also understand that like it's kind of lazy. Okay, lips are on. We're back. Like I understand, like to me, I understand like the concept of saying something outrageous and having people react to that, but I feel like there are so many ways to do outrage marketing that like isn't so offensive. Like, first of all, I actually saw somebody post that like the first tweet about women belonging in the kitchen and the second tweet about like what the cause was could have actually all fit into one tweet. So you could have gotten their attention with the first tweet, with the first line of the tweet, and then they could have read the rest of the tweet and been like, oh, okay, understandable. But because you left it as its own tweet, first of all, a bunch of sexist men were in there being like, yeah, women do belong in the kitchen. And then you just kind of like Burger King was like, oh, we're like bringing attention to this cause, but except that you didn't bring attention to the cause. What you did was bring attention to your shitty tweet. And most people didn't even know about the cause. Like for me, I had to look into it to know what the cause was. The first tweet has more reactions than the rest of the Twitter thread. So it's just like, I understand the concept, but I think it was stupid. I don't know how I feel with this lip, with this eye, but like we're living it. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on that. One more thing to talk about, and it's our boy Pepe Le Pew. Actually, it's Space Jam in general. Because first I want to talk about our girl Lola Bunny. So here's the thing. Lola Bunny was released, her image was released for the new Space Jam. She's wearing a regular outfit, and people are irate that Lola Bunny is not sexualized in this cartoon. People are mad Lola Bunny's tits aren't as big as they used to be. Am I hearing this correctly? You guys are mad about a cartoon bunny's boobs? First of all, she might still have those boobs. She's just wearing a baggy shirt, or maybe like she put on a sports bra to like lock those girls down so she can better play sports. Clearly you don't know what it's like to have those things flailing around all over the place. Second of all, it makes total sense that Looney Tunes would be like, maybe we shouldn't be sexualizing this bunny, especially because like if you watch the first Space Jam, like she says, don't ever fucking call me doll again without the fucking. So like Lola Bunny is a queen and she can do whatever the fuck she wants. Leave her and her regulation uniform alone. Like you're really mad she's wearing regulation uniform. A bunny. And lastly, we got to talk about Pepe Le Pew. So if you didn't hear, Pepe was also canceled. I think someone wrote like a whole opinion piece about how Pepe like is kind of rapey, and like honestly, did they lie? Like there's no lies. Pepe is rapey. That's his whole character. And like I can understand, again, growth, guys. You can say like, yeah, Pepe Le Pew was a thing, but like maybe he shouldn't be anymore, or like maybe, and I don't think we should cancel Pepe. I think you could just like rewrite the character. What I've heard is that apparently there was a scene in the new movie with LeBron where Pepe's being creepy and LeBron says you can't touch women without, or people without consent anymore. But I guess the new director like deleted that scene, so now they're just deleting Pepe instead, which is like, you have the perfect opportunity to show growth and to change the character. Like the character can still stay there and he can still be whatever the fuck he is, but just like less rapey. But like instead you're just gonna remove him from the whole movie. So like, and like this is just kind of one of the things where I'm just like, do I care about Pepe Le Pew? Not really. Do I think he's rapey? 100%. Do I think they should like have had him portrayed as rapey in the new movie? Absolutely not. Because like it's a different time now. That's not okay. And especially with rape culture the way it is and discussions of consent, I think it would have been a great opportunity for them to touch on that briefly in the movie and then move on and keep Pepe, but just like have him learn. Like that's better because we need to show growth, but they just were like, get rid of him. Can't do it. So yeah, that's everything that was canceled this week. Well, that's everything I wrote down. If there's anything else that was canceled this week that I missed, put it down below. I did want to talk about Meghan and the Queen, but like that is, it's too much to talk about, but all I have to say about that is fuck the royal family and fuck you if you come for Meghan Markle and you don't believe her. So yes, let me know what you guys think down below about all of these topics I covered and about this style of video. I had fun filming it. Again, all of the products I use will be listed down below in the description bar. I went with like a kind of just a casual look today because like I'm literally gonna go back to work. I'm literally filming this on my work lunch and then I'm gonna go to work and then never leave my house. So here's my face, it's cute. So thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you guys think about this series of videos. I will probably not do it weekly, but maybe like every other week or something. I think it's fun. I like talking about shit that was canceled and why it's stupid or why people are stupid for thinking it's canceled. So thank you guys for watching and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!